Fernando, and this is the video 1 of the presentation of my final project. I choose to use the framework Next.js to develop the Goodbane project. The general structure of my project is a three-tier app with a front end, a back end, and a database. The database I choose to build with was MongoDB, and the front end and the back end, they are together inside of the Next.js project. Next.js allows you to build only the front end, but you could also use JavaScript to build the back end. In the end, Next.js is a Node server with React in the front. The back end is spread in different files of Next project. Part of the server is managed directly by Next, and we have here a lot of configuration files. We have, for example, a file that represents the middleware that is used by authentication, that I will talk a little bit more in a moment. We have some models and that organize the data object here. Or we have this file that makes a connection with the database. So we think that we can think that the backend is a little bit spread between different files and is in part managed by Next directly. All the front end of the application lives inside of the app route or app folder. The app is the root of the project, and the page inside of that is equivalent to the index page in a traditional HTML project. Every page, every folder with a page.tsx file inside will be equivalent of a route. For example, let's see this all data. So all data is inside of this logged, which is inside of app. But folders with name between parentheses are ignored for the purposes of the route name. So this one will be only slash all data. And I built all the pages, all the structure in the same way. So all the pages will be slash something like slash crypto or slash payments, etc. Important thing to note is that pages are only folders will only be routes if they have a page.tsx inside of it. So for example, we don't have this is not a route. This is just components that will be used by the pages. And this layout here is a layout that is shared by all these pages. So what will happen here that it will be that the pages here will be rendered inside of this layout as the children, and this layout will be rendered inside of the root layout as a shield of it. I decided to build this logged folder to be more clear what are the logged pages. I also protect this one here as a logged page, but I did some logic here that is the redirection. So what will happen is that for authentication, I use the Clerk framework. So that's why I put all my pages inside of this tag Clerk provider. What it does is it checks the session in each page using the middleware. If for instance there is no user in a page, then it will redirect to the sign in. So this is a env configuration. I can find it here, or sign up, which is here. So basically, if someone getting the app and is not logged, it will be redirect to the signing, and after signing, it will be redirect to the index page. Here, it will try to find the user equivalent of that ID, and if it doesn't exist yet, it will create a new user with all the information necessary to take care of the transactions and that stuff that you see later. Last but not least, I'd like to discuss the middle tier in my project. There are different files that do logic, but the best way to find them will be to look for the .ts files. For example, these two files, they communicate with the database, and they are called directly by the client pages. This other one, also called by a page, is a component, is a function that reads that do a fetch and get some information. We also have another logic side of other TS files, like this, for example, that do some calculations. So because the next project is mixed, we have also some logic inside of the pages themselves. For example, here we have a route deposit /deposit, and this is the page which render this component, and the component does some logic on it, calling this other function that finally calls the other one in the API.